Good morning, everybody. This is April Fool's Day, and you're going to see Mr. O'Regan doing some yoga for the first time, so that should be a good laugh. Apologize, there's a bit of noise in the background, as you can see behind me. They're building a new house, beautiful new house, so you might hear some noises like that on cue. But we'll do our best to lead you in a yoga practice today, and Sarah McNeil has kindly offered her time and expertise to guide us today.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I'm a yoga teacher for the Presidio YMCA, and I've been teaching yoga for, I don't know, a good 10 years in all sorts of places, and practicing yoga for a good 20 years. And I am excited to share the yoga practice with Danny. To start a yoga practice by kind of settling onto your mat or onto a rug. If you don't have a mat at home, you can practice on any kind of a slightly soft surface that has a little bit of stick for your feet. You don't want to be sliding out if you can help it. And not everybody is able to just come straight into a cross-legged position, so you can take a lift on a cushion at home, anything that's going to raise you up a little bit, or you can just start flat on the floor in some kind of a cross-legged position. And you want to just take a few moments here to kind of soften your gaze and tune into your breath. So breath is intricately linked to the yoga practice, and you can learn a lot by just sort of softening the gaze and following the thread of your inhale and your exhale without changing anything. Just observe the quality of the inhale and the exhale. And as much as you can through the practice, you want to be mindful of that inhale and exhale. And while the practice can be rigorous, the notion is to maintain both steadiness, which is solidness on your feet, steadiness in your practice, and an ease. And the breath should flow with a certain degree of ease. So no forcing, but just observing. So in a traditional yoga class, it's encouraged to take a certain yoga breath. I'm not really even going to go there today, but we're going to just start by taking a nice deep inhale and then exhale through the mouth. And inhale and exhale through the mouth. So it's a full deep inhale, kind of notionally starting from the base of the spine and working all the way up to the tippy top of the chest, holding that breath in for a count, and then a long, smooth exhale. Ujjayi pranayama, Ujjayi breath, which is that breath that's encouraged throughout a yoga practice. You take that long, deep inhale, and then instead of opening the mouth to say ha, you kind of keep the mouth closed, and that ha sound comes out through the nostrils. So you're breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Yes, and you can kind of hear your own breath. You don't really need to hear the breath 6 feet or 10 feet away of your neighbor. If you were practicing with your neighbor, like I am today. But the idea is that there is an internal sort of sound, like a conch, sound of the ocean. Ocean breath is often used if you were going to hold a conch shell up to your ear. That sort of internal hum of the breath. And we'll just get started then from there, now that you kind of understand the pranayama, the Ujjayi breath. If you can just keep a consciousness of that breath, we'll just start breath and movement. So a nice deep inhale, sweeping the arms up. That's your inhale, and then exhale, palms together down the center line. So we'll just take a few of these. Inhale and exhale. Using Ujjayi pranayama if you can. Inhale and exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Reach fingertips up. Keep your eyes open, Danny. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. So there's a lift through the outside of the body and a grounding of the sit bones to into the grass, and then interlace the hands and just reach the heels of the hands up. So we're lengthening through the inseam of the arms and opening the inseam of the arms up. And then from here, consider this an inhale, exhale, round the spine. And then inhale, the chest is going to reach through. So we're kind of doing some waves of the spine here, and of the breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back up, and then go ahead and open the arms. Now bring the hands behind you, and you're going to open the legs. And you don't want to worry too much how wide the legs open, and you know, the knees may not. You want to feel yourself sitting on your sit bones, so you really want to feel grounded, and you want to lift so the low back is supporting you. Like, this is the same kind of training for a good a good meditation practice, right? Sort of having this comfortable seat. And then as much as you can, the tops of the thighs are going to release, so you're opening the back of the legs and opening through the heels. And then from here, just kind of alternately point and flex the feet, working through all the muscles of the ankles, because we're going to move to standing postures. So it's nice to open up the feet. You can take some circles of the ankles. We have a giant truck coming to our construction site across the street. All right, and then go ahead and reverse the cross of the legs. Reverse the cross of the legs. And see if you can keep both sit bones grounded pretty evenly as you rotate from the base of the spine all the way up through the crown of the head. From here, reach the back palm up towards the sky. Inhale, sweeping the arm across and over the right leg. And just reach, so you're opening the side waist. Inhale, come on back up to center. Just feel that. Feel what that simple opening may have resonated in your body. And then go ahead and take it to the reaching fingertips high. Feel the length all the way through the side body, grounding through the sit bones. Exhale, rotate to the left. Right hand over the left thigh, reaching the left hand back. And feel the rotation from the base of the spine up through the crown of the head. Inhale, sweep the left hand up and over, opening through the left side hip. Breathing. Inhale, come back up to sitting. Just feel any resonances from that twist, and then inhale, reach the arms up again and take the twist to the other side. Left hand over the right thigh, reaching the right fingertips behind. Rotate along the axis of the spine. Inhale, sweep the right hand over. Keep the right sitting bone grounded as you create length through the right side body. Inhale, back up to sitting. And then from here, go ahead and just walk the hands forward, fingertips to the ground. Inhale, lengthen through the chest, so you're opening through the front body. And then exhale, walking it forward, opening through the outer hips and the lower back. And just breathe. And walking back up to sitting, we'll move to all fours for cat-cow. And again, coming back to the breath. Inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, round the spine. This is your cow. Inhale, opening. Exhale into cat. Let the head drop. Inhale and exhale. From here, I'm just going to show you a child's pose. You take the knees wide, big toes together, tail drops to the heels, and you walk the arms forward, and you can just melt into child's pose. This is a really good grounding posture at any time, especially if you're feeling at all anxious at any point right now. This is just a really good thing that you can drop into at any point, just to kind of go internal and release and relax and restore. From here, coming back up to all fours, tuck the toes. We'll come into downward facing dog. This is the building block pose of so much of our practice. Taking a nice deep inhale and an exhale. Your heels may not reach the ground. You're reaching the heels back, lifting the hip points up and lengthening through the spine. All right. Now, from here, pitch it forward into plank, high plank, and then pulling the hips back and release yourself back into downward dog. So it's nice to just warm up a little bit this way. Inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale. From downward dog, go ahead and release back into child's, and we're gonna narrow the knees a little bit and just do one more sort of warm up through the spine. Pulling back, you're gonna come forward and just sort of take a little mini push up, and then you're gonna pull yourself back. So this is your inhale and then your exhale. Inhale, exhale. And inhale and exhale. Now from here, tuck the toes under as though you were going to go into your downward dog, but all you're going to do is lift the knees off. When you lift the knees off, you can begin to feel the core beginning to work and warm up. So just play with this for a few breaths, feeling yourself begin to generate some heat. And then as you're ready, release the belly towards the thighs, coming into a deep bent knee downward dog, and then maybe press the tops of the thighs back and release. And from here you can walk the feet forward. Feet can be wide. I like to kind of wag the tail here, wag the tail of the dog, and then you can bring the feet to hip width apart, bending the left knee, reach the right hand up, looking up at the thumb, lengthening, reverse it. And then with both feet grounded, knees bent, you can take a nice deep hang here, release. And I know all you guys are probably young and fit. It's nice to see here whether you're able to bring fingertips to the floor or to the ground in a forward bend. If not, that's a really easy thing to work on over the next few weeks to really open up the back of the legs and the body. Inhale, coming up to standing. And then just take a few breaths here. So now we're gonna work into what's really kind of like a yoga warm-up, which are sun salutations, and we'll do a sun salutation A and B. And fingertips to the ground. And just go ahead and take the left foot back, ball of the left foot onto the mat. So feel both feet grounded, so you feel your connection, so you have your steadiness. Bring the hand to the right thigh and come on up. You can bend the back knee. You should hopefully not be slipping. It's a little slippery because we have the wet dew of the grass. But anyway, inhale, sweep the arm up, and just see if you can release into high lunge. Soften the shoulders away from the ear, open the heart, reach to the fingertips, and breathe. And you're lifting that back thigh up towards the sky. Find your breath. I'm just gonna add for your students a little twist here, rotation on the spine, but I think that might be a bit much for you, Danny. I don't know that you should do that yet. I don't think you're there yet, friend.
What's that?
No,
That's all right.
You gotta bend into the right knee.
What's that?
Your whole right foot is rotating around.
Perfect.
There we go.
Yeah.
Breathe, just breathe. All right, and then from here you can come on back up, hands to the hip. Step the back foot forward to meet the front. Easy as pie.
Yeah, easy as pie.
All right, other side. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, right foot goes back now. Other side. Bend into the front, coming up to the thigh. Now you know where you're going. It's gonna be so much easier. Squaring out the hips, inhale, sweep the arms up. Again, you can keep the back knee bent so you keep length in the spine. There's no reason to ever feel like you're cranking your lower back. You really want to be strengthening and opening it. Reach through the back leg if that's available. Breathe. Sometimes I do a little dynamic work here with students where you're inhaling and exhaling, kind of moving. But we just went straight into our twist. So palms together, create that length, rotate forward. And breathe. You always want to create length when you twist. So you're always creating length through the spine. Then coming back up. Oh, look at that. You make it look so much easier now.
There you go.
All right. Let's move into a couple warriors. So bring your hands to your hips. And go ahead and just step your left foot back, Danny. Left foot. Other left foot.
Okay.
So we're facing each other. And again, now you want to really think about that line down the center of the mat. So I'm going to put my front foot down the center line. The toes are pointing straight forward. And then the back foot is going to bisect that line. And you want to bring your left toes up towards the top left corner of your mat. Yeah, that's good. That protects this whole area. Sweep the arms open. See if you can feel the weight evenly. And can you pick up your toes a little bit? So yeah, there you go. So you're noticing what is grounding to the earth. Where is the point of connection? And then go ahead and bend in and make sure that knee goes directly over the ankle. So you're overriding it, which is dangerous for the knee. I don't want you to blow out the knee in my class.
Okay. Is that good?
Yeah, you're widening it. So this is good if you're not used to kind of externally opening your legs. This can be a pretty strong stretch. And then let's move dynamically in and out of warrior two. So inhale, sweep the arms up, and then exhale, bend in. And inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. And then from here, reverse that warrior, rotate the palm up. Inhale, sweep through the side body. Exhale, you're gonna bring the forearm down to the thigh, sweep the arm up and around, side angle. So you can, yeah, that's it. You're rotating and breathe. Bending into that, for you, right knee. Maybe lifting up the toes a little bit here, noticing where the weight is falling. So just breathing. And then inhale, come on all the way up to standing, and we're just gonna rotate around to the other side. So for now, your left toes are pointing straight forward, my right toes are. That's it, you're shifting your right toes up to the top right corner of the mat because your left foot is forward. So you're angling, sweep the arms open, and bend in. And then once you bend in, you want to feel like the spine is still sort of centered, and you're opening your heart, opening the arms from the center line. And then we'll just take a little bit of dynamic. Inhale, straighten the bent leg. Exhale, bending in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Now, rotate the palm up towards the sky. Inhale, sweep, opening through the side body. Exhale, forearm to thigh, and open into side angle. So it's called side angle. You're creating one long line from the fingertips up in the air, all the way down through the outer ankle of the back foot. Lengthen and breathe. And then pressing through the ball of the leg that's bent, the foot of the bent leg. Inhale, come on up, exhale. From here, rotate the toes to point forward, like kind of pigeon-toed. Open up the heels. You can bring the hands to the hips, and I'm just gonna start you with bent knees so that we're a little bit safer. You're gonna come forward. So as you come into wide leg forward fold, you can really feel, again, the activation of the core. Yoga is really strong core building. And there can be more cardio than you realize too. If you can bring your fingertips to the ground, go ahead and do that. And then if you can begin to press the tops of the thighs back and lengthen through the back of the legs, that's great. Otherwise, you can always keep the knees bent. And just breathe in, lengthening the spine. So the chest is pointing towards the earth. Spine is long, tail is fanning out. Breathe here. And then I'm just gonna share one of my favorite little moves here. You're gonna bend one knee and keep the other leg extended. And then come up to center and bend the other knee. And just move in and out. And so this begins to lengthen through the inseam of the legs, which is good preparation for our next pose. And I'm gonna show your friends who may still be watching us that you can just take it and rotate it into an even deeper stretch, going back and forth like this. All right, from here coming back up, we're gonna come into goddess pose. You're gonna take the heels in and the toes out and bend the knees. And now the shoulders can kind of come up to the ears in this pose, and just let the tail drop, and it's just kind of an opening for the lower spine. Obviously the inner legs. Come on up. We can shake it out from here. And before we do triangle, which is what we just kind of prepped for, let's take tree. So you want to face the camera. Okay, so again, really critical here to feel your connection to the ground, right? Find that connection. So notice what's connecting, maybe lift the toes, then just gently shift the weight to one foot. So you want to try to keep the feet hip width apart and parallel. All yoga work is kind of done from parallel as the starting point. So as you move and shift into the foot, so I'm going into my left foot. How about we go
I'm on
into
my right foot.
Oh, all right, I'll follow you, Danny. Okay. So we're gonna go right foot. So as you move the weight into the right foot, try not to let that right hip drop out. You can even take your arm and pull into that. So all of a sudden there's a lift and a lengthening and a strengthening happening here. And then from here, just begin to let the left toes lift up. And you're gonna bring the knee in towards the chest. And I'm even twirling my ankles here. I really love to open up my foot. So I'm not gonna take it high today. Some of your students at home might be able to go straight into tree at high. Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Not on your knee. I don't want you blowing out your knee on my watch. Either above the knee or below the knee. So you either need to come above or below.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go below, and the handy thing below is if you even have it near the ankle, you can always use your big toe for balance. So, okay, now I'm going out of bounds. So find a drishti or gaze point straight ahead of you, right? And then open, lifting the fingers up, breathing. And you can play here. You can use the wall if you're not feeling that imbalance. But this again is just a connection to the earth, strengthening, and strengthens the ankle, right? All for developing kind of smooth, steady posture, and release, and we'll take it to the other side. We should have gotten Ryan out here to demonstrate.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, go ahead and take the weight into the left foot. As you're ready, lifting the right knee up. Again, try not to drop in. Notice maybe pulling that left hip into center. So just like you were standing on two legs, you move seamlessly to one leg, right? And then the foot can come up high to the inseam of the leg, or it can come low. You'll notice that one side might be different than the other. Little bit harder this side, maybe, and a little bit easier for me. And then you're gonna inhale, sweep the arms up. Again, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Length, energy, radiating, tree. You know, you can do lots of postures from tree. We won't take them. Breathing and release. Okay, so let's do a final standing posture here, which is triangle. And actually, I'll show half moon from triangle, because a lot of your students may know it anyway. So go ahead, we're gonna go the same side. So you're gonna open your right toes towards the top of the mat, slide your left heel away so you're not anywhere near the center of your mat, Danny. There we go. Rotate those back toes a little more just to protect the sacrum. Inhale, sweep it up. Now this time the front knee is gonna stay straight. Take a few breaths here. Come into your Ujjayi breath. Just find the breath. All right, and then from here, you're gonna take a nice steep inhale and exhale, hinge. So feel like that front hip is pulling back as you hinge forward, creating length. And then inhale back up to standing. So exhale, hinge and lengthen, and inhale up. Exhale, hinge, inhale up. Exhale, you're gonna hinge. Hand can come down to the shin or the thigh, right? Or if you're really open and you already practice yoga, you can come to the ankle. I'm even not quite as warmed up as I'd like, but you can ultimately move fingertips to the floor. If you can do that without contorting, and breathe. Okay. The option here is to take the upper hand to the hip. Turn and look down. Look at your foot and bend the knee directly over the middle toes. And then you kind of move forward. You bring the hand about a foot forward into the outer edge of the pinky toe side, and you can press up into half moon. So the beginning half moon, the gaze is down, right? As you develop the strength in the ankle and the balance, and then you can begin to open the pose. And breathe. And then we'll come down and come on up. Pretty good. And then we'll rotate around to the other side. Nice. You're getting your alignment there. Inhale, sweep the arms open. Try to rotate those toes straight more. Yeah, that's part of it right there. There's a lot of work of just developing in. So you can do a lot of warm-up work, developing the rotation in the hips. All right, so again, we're triangle, so both legs are staying straight. Exhale and inhale. And keep the breath flowing as you move in and out. Again, just waking up the hips here. And then from here, hinging just at the hips. Again, I'm going to recommend for most people just coming to the shin, especially if you haven't done a lot of warm-up. And then put the weight into the ball of the foot so you don't want to lock out the knee. There you go. Breathe. And you're opening the chest. We're just keeping the head in line with the spine today. Upper hand to the hip. You can bend in and move into half moon Ardha Chandrasana. And breathe. And maybe taking it a little more open. And then coming back and coming out. So to kind of release, go ahead and shake out the legs, and then I'm just gonna suggest you take a little bit of a Malasana squat. So you can come down and bring the arms to the inside of the legs and drop the tail and just release into a little bit of a squat here, letting the tail drop. And this just opens the lower back after you've done some of that triangle, especially sometimes when you aren't used to doing that pose every day, it's a bit intense for the low back, so this just kind of opens the low back up, allows yourself to stay healthy. And squat, of course, is how so much of the world sits. And from kind of a physical, it's a very healthy way to be because you're actually Okay, Danny, so from our standing postures, let's go ahead and do a little bit of stretching. So we're gonna come into Janu Shirshasana, which is your legs are kind of like they were in tree. So you wanna have your left leg, right leg, no, that's okay. No, you didn't, okay. So now it's your left leg is straight out. So let's just start from having both legs straight out in front of you and kind of see and try not to collapse. You can bend the knees and roll onto the sit bones. And again, the lower back is lifting in and up, and then you're beginning, without adjusting anything else, to maybe press the thighs a little bit down to open the back of the legs. And then from here, take the, you can take your right foot into the inseam of your left leg. And try not to change anything else, and see if you can feel both sit bones grounded. So we're doing this class kind of without props, so now you just want to rotate over the extended leg. Lift and lengthen, and then leading with the heart or the forehead, that notion, but not collapsing the spine, but lengthening. So really leaning through the heart, begin to walk forward, and you don't have to come that far. Just breathe into whatever opening through the body, and try to keep pressing kind of through the ball of that extended leg, the foot, extended leg, yeah. So everybody's going to be at different levels of kind of opening here, just breathing through that. And then for the final breath or two, I do think it feels kind of nice to release forward a little bit and just breathe into any opening. And then come on back up. Take the bent leg foot over, cross it over the ankle, and then hug into the outside of that leg. So you're again lifting and lengthening up, and then you can take a little twist here, rotating, and at the end kind of looking over that back shoulder. And breathe. And go ahead and release and shake it out, and then you're going to take the opposite side. So Iyengar is kind of a known figure in yoga. He brought a lot of yoga to the West, and he had a whole range of postures they felt should be done every day. This is one of them. Most of the postures we did today are those postures. You're going to rotate over the extended leg and begin to walk forward. Inhale, opening through the chest. Exhale, slowly melting down. And then coming up, take the foot over the knee, hug it in, and again with both sit bones grounding, you can go ahead and rotate toward, so you're taking the spine towards the bent knee and rotating around. Just another spinal twist. And then coming back to center, release and shake it out. And let's take a forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, and exhale, hinging it forward. You can bring the hands to either side of the legs. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, melt. Okay, let's come into butterfly, Baddha Konasana. You bring the soles of the feet together. The knees might lift a little bit. Take the thumbs into the arches of the feet. Inhale, lift and lengthen again. See if you can soften the inner thighs down. So you're kind of opening through the outer, and then just go ahead and melt. Here you can round the spine. Just allow the top of the head to round. And find that opening all through the back body. But the navel is lifting up towards the spine. So again, there's a link. Okay, and then let's come down to the mat. This is a really good stretch. I'm just going to show it to you quickly with the feet flat on the mat and the ankles kind of in line with the sit bones. Go ahead and just take the right leg up to the sky. You can twirl the foot. This is a good way to begin a yoga practice too. And then you can bend that leg and just take the hands and clasp them around the back of the thigh. And then if you can, just begin to press the back of the thigh into the hands and the hands into the thigh. And keep rounding that right sit bone to the floor and just create length through the back of the leg. Take the right ankle over the left thigh. You can press the right leg away a little bit, but just don't do it at the knee. can bring the left knee up towards you and get a little stretch here. And then we'll just take that to the other side. So just reverse, go ahead and lift the left leg and twirl it. And then you can bend the left knee, grab the back of the thigh, begin to straighten the leg, grounding the left sit bone into the earth and pulling the leg towards you with the hands as the leg presses away. Take the ankle over the thigh, get a little opening into the hip, and you can deepen it by bringing the right knee towards you. Keep this foot flexed. Try to keep the foot flexed. So press through the heel. Yeah, there you go. That's to, again, protect the knee. And then go ahead and bring both knees up. You can take the hands under. You can do a little work here through the core. Lifting and lowering, using the breath. And then we'll do one final twist. So you can take your arms out to the side, palms can release. You can bend the knees for this twist, and you're just gonna drop the knees over. And we're just gonna work the core a little bit. So come back to center and then drop the knees the other side and come up. And just take that a few times. Again, it's kind of releasing the lower back. And then this next time, go ahead and drop the knees all the way over to the left. So your spine may drop a little bit too. So kind of twisting all the way up. Keep the right arm extended. So you can open and let the right shoulder get really heavy here. Just keep the gaze up towards the sky. And then you're going to come back up to center. Again, you want the legs to be in a 90-degree bend. And let's go through just a little bit of movement through the core again, a couple times, left and right. And then go ahead and drop the knees all the way to the right, just slowly letting that upper